Patrick Soderlund here at Paul Ricard in France.
I'm Mad Mike, companion of Need for Speed Red Bull Metal Militia Mazda RX-8.
Hi, I'm Sandstrom, the driver of the BMW Z4 GT3 Need for Speed.
Matt Powers, I drive the Team Need for Speed Nitto Tire S14 and Formula
I've been a car nut since I was 4 or 5 years old, so it's something that has been there for a very long time for me.
I got started in drifting, just my friends and I on the way home from school. Just trying to do burnouts around turns and stuff, and then it turns out it's drifting.
My father introduced me in motorsport, and I started of course with karting, and then I did that for several years until I was 15. Then I went to cars.
We had been doing burnout comps and stuff like that for quite some time, and we're quite well known for winning. And then we went and watched this drifting event, and we're like, wow, there's actually a sport for doing this stuff. So we maxed out our credit cards, built a drift car, and our second event out we got second place.
Easy to drive and at the same time hard to drive.
It's a very quick car. It's quite short. You sit quite further to the back, so it's quite intensive. You have to watch the rear all the time.
For the most part, it's actually pretty easy to drive, but it can be challenging.
Now we have a 4.4 liter engine, which is strong enough for being competitive. So now I really like the driving.
Yeah, besides drifting, my other pastimes is I like to surf a lot. Like that's pretty much what I do when not working on my car.
Anything that's got wheels or motors, or anything that can really hurt yourself.
I actually don't have time for a lot of other hobbies. You know, I work, I spend as much time as I can with my family, and then I race. And when I'm not doing either of those, I play as many video games as I can.
BMX, motocross, we still go riding all the time, and just like to get out and about. It's family time and good times.
If I didn't do racing, I probably would do sales or something like that. In my racing I have been working a lot with sponsorships and these sort of things, and I really enjoy that. So something with marketing and sales would be fun, I think.
Designing graphics and doing vehicle wraps and stuff like that back in New Zealand.
If I wasn't drifting, I'd probably either be a bum or a teacher, I guess, substitute teacher. My very first car was a 1984 533i.
I actually had a Mazda Familia. It was front wheel drive. My uncle worked in a car deals, and I had it for like 3 days and then swapped it for a Mazda 323, which I dropped a 12A Bridgeport rotary into. I was 13 at the time, so it was still like 2 or 3 years before I could actually even get a car license to drive on the roads of New Zealand.
Like I spray painted one of the doors because it was like such a piece. It like made it look better. It was kind of cool because it was pretty fast compared to all my friends' cars.
Actually a Renault 5, because I was racing with Renault 5 Junior cars and then it was, I had so much spare parts, and I did a lot of work on the car myself.
A big van or something.
I want to have several cars in my garage.
Yeah, Audi R8 that's just fully slammed on the ground.
The Panamera Turbo is a good car.
And matte black.
A Boxster Spider maybe.
Maybe a wagon actually, I kind of like a wagon.
BMW X5. I love cars, so I love them all actually. Need for Speed Shift is my favorite because I had the opportunity to be with the guys and have some track days for them to give them a feeling of what racing is in the reality.
My favorite Need for Speed title has to be Most Wanted, and it's a game that I really played a lot, and it showed me graphics that I hadn't seen before, and the gameplay was really cool. Being in the zone is that I find myself not thinking about anything but what I'm currently doing.
You know, you could do anything. Like that car is like part of my body. Like I can throw it into this corner as hard as I want.
When I get into the race car, I'm totally focused, and I'm not there for going under the limit. I go on the limit because I like it, and I think if you develop a race car, you should drive it as fast as you can.